Week 1, day 5. I hope you're enjoying this just half as much as I am. But the thing that we're doing is we're developing character qualities in you. And everybody's got these qualities. They may not have been developed as firmly as they need to be. Remember, character education means that we're going to pull the character out of you, not push it in. Monday, we began by understanding that the quality this week is purpose-driven. The curriculum is www.developingcharacter.org, and we're on page 19 on Friday. And today we're going to develop the quality of evaluation. We want to evaluate whether or not we've been purpose-driven. If you look at your curriculum, it says for every plus or every minus that you got, explain what happened. Now we're talking about evaluation, and again we're talking about the RAS. 2%, if you hear what I say, you're going to remember 2%. If you write the answers to these questions, you're going to remember 60 to 80. And if you take these questions and discuss them with someone, you're going to remember 80 to 100. And today we're going to evaluate that. For every plus or minus that you gave yourself, write an explanation of what happened. In other words, if you gave yourself a minus, write why you didn't do it that day. Why didn't you make that bed? Why didn't you paint that boat? Why didn't you till the garden? Why didn't you make 30 calls? Why didn't you do whatever it was that you sat down and said you was going to do? Now the second part of that is, what am I going to do differently next week? In other words, I said that I didn't do well this week. I had 4 minuses. I was going to make 30 calls a day, and I didn't do it on any day. Is that okay? Sure it is. Now I'm going to write, why didn't I make 30 calls each day? And don't be looking for excuses. Write down why it happened. And then write down what you're going to do differently. When I was an athletic director, I had every coach, the head coach, meet with me at the beginning of the season. And the first thing that I had them write down was, how many district games are you going to win this year? And a lot of times they would say all of them. I'd say, okay, you're going to win all of these games. And then once they understood what we were trying to do, they would say, Coach, I feel certain that we can win 5 games. I'd say, okay. And then at the end of the season, I would say, okay, Coach, you said you were going to win 5 district games and you only won 4. Tell me why you only won 4 and tell me what happened. And a lot of times there was great reasons. We had a lot of injuries this year, Coach. We lost 4 of our starters to injuries. This or that. We played in the rain 3 different times, and our offense or defense is not designed for the rain. Or whatever it is, there might have been legitimate excuses. Referees is not a legitimate excuse. So if somebody told me, well, the referees cheated me, Coach, we don't buy that. Okay, what are you going to do differently next year? In other words, you had a bunch of injuries this year. What is it that you're going to do to make sure you don't have those same injuries next year? And it doesn't matter. It can be as simple as that, or it can be, why didn't you make the bed? You said you were going to get up and make the bed every morning. And what you did was, why didn't you do it on Thursday? Well, the alarm clock didn't go off, and I got up late, and I had to just take off and go. Okay? What are you going to do differently this week? That's the way we're getting good at being purpose-driven. Those goals that we're doing is going to tell us what it is that we're doing. The next part, I said, what did you learn about being purpose-driven this week? In other words, we talked about the Florence Chadwick and the coastline. We talked about the processionary caterpillar. We talked about the basketball game without goals. What is it that you learned? Now, I'm not saying to review what I taught, but what did you learn? What is it that sticks in your mind about being purpose-driven? Write that down. Now then, you look back on your goals and you see how you did each week. And like I told you, we had them in school, family, and personal. That's just an illustration. You can have them all based on purpose. You can have them personal. You can all have them based on family. It's the simple part of becoming purpose-driven in 1 or 2 or 3 areas of your life. In other words, school might be to do all your schoolwork, turn in all your homework. I found, coaching 40 years, if you turned in all your homework, you were going to pass. Family. Maybe your goal for family was to spend 1 hour with one of your parents. That's a great goal. Did you do it? Why didn't you do it? What did you do different? Personal goal. I want to lose 2 pounds this week. I want to gain 2 pounds. I want to eat healthy food every day this week. Did you do it or didn't you do it? Now you're evaluating yourself and seeing where you are. Remember, that which is not monitored becomes optional. And we need to evaluate to see where we are and going into next week. And next week's lesson is on commitment. www.developingcharacter.org. That is the curriculum. Get to the curriculum and we'll be on page, if this is 19, we'll be on page 20 next week to begin, and the quality next week is commitment. Remember, we're going to do 36 of these qualities, and then when we do the 36 qualities, you're going to send me an email and say, Coach, I did them all, and I'm going to send you a dog tag. You say, Coach, that's not very much, sending a dog tag. Yeah, it is. I promise you, if you do 36 weeks of these qualities, you'll be proud of that dog tag, and you'll wear it with a great deal of pride. I hope you can stay with us for all 36 weeks. I hope you send this to somebody that you think needs to use it, or maybe your school or your superintendent or your coach or whoever it might be, because it is useful to anyone. It's been used in schools, it's been used with policemen, it's been used with businesses, it's been used with anybody. Everybody needs character. You're going to deal with character no matter what area that you're in, and this is a way that you develop character. It's been proven effective. If you have questions, you can call me at 580-212-7752. You can email me at coachingtochange.lives@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I look forward to working the next 35 weeks with you.